Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's EJ Marino and this is About Last Night, the show where I talk about the movie I saw last night. Though I did not watch a movie last night, what did I watch? The first episode of American Horror Story Apocalypse.
American Horror Story Apocalypse.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Oh my God, American Horror Story is back and I am so excited. Apocalypse started off as everything I wanted, and then by the end of that premiere was way more than I could ever expect. And oh my God, as a fan of this series, this season seems like everything we've been building up to is made for this season. We have just slowly been edging ourselves to this weird, oh my God, over the top apocalypse. And it's here, and it did not let me down. So this premiere of Horror Story is not my favorite out of all of the premieres. I think Hotel still has one of the craziest introductions of any season. Gaga doing that like blood orgy, then you have like the drill demon. No, Hotel to me tops everything with premieres. But what this premiere did was put all of the pieces of the puzzle on the table. You were not like putting them together, but it presented saying like, here's your border. Here's all the insanity. Now have fun putting all these pieces together. And I'm going to have so much fun putting this piece of a puzzle together because there is so much to dive into. We have potentially ghosts, potentially zombies. We have a demon child. We have a weird secret society made for the apocalypse. What is happening on this season? There is so much already in like an hour of television that I'm gonna have to just like sit, scale back, and let's start at the beginning. And when I say the beginning, I really mean the end, because this show starts off with the end of the world. I actually really like the introduction where kind of everyone gets like the text message of like, there's a ballistic missile coming to kill us all, and we're all kind of like, okay, like, it's so what we would do as a society now, especially after what just happened in Hawaii, where they got like a false like missile alert that everyone was gonna die and evacuate, and it turned out to just not be real. They referenced that in this. Like, as soon as that happened, I was like, Ryan Murphy, like that happened while you were filming, Jesus Christ. But these are just things that I like about American Horror Story. It shows us a real world, but then throws in these like different horrific elements like things like zombies or ghosts or witches or something from the past season. But this season and Cult last year as well are dealing with real world topics and showing us how scary our real world can be. Because I was like, oh God, I was having a little bit of a panic attack in the beginning because it made me think of what would I do in this situation? What would I do if I got that text and saying, basically you have an hour to live until the world ends? What do you do? Do you go crazy like everyone else was? Do you try to kill yourself before the blast comes? That was what some people were doing. Or do you try to escape? Which is what our main characters were doing in the beginning of this, which was Evan Peters, Joan Collins, Leslie Grossman, and Billy Lord. They're the ones that we start off with, and they're all these kind of rich, uppity people, and they're like, oh, we'll escape here. I love that these rich people try to like escape, and surprise, you can't avoid the apocalypse. No matter how much money you have, which is something that they talk about when they get to the secret society, no matter how much money you have, it still doesn't matter. The end of the world's coming, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Even if you are rich and well off and, oh, we'll have this underground bunker, it's still not exactly what you think it's gonna be. And I love that. I love that no matter what all these doomsday preppers are gonna do, you're not ready for this. No one's ever gonna be ready. And that's what this first episode to me showed, was like, I'm not ready, these characters weren't ready, and I don't think any of us are really ready for when the apocalypse actually happens. And thank you, Horror Story, for starting that conversation. So yeah, Timothy is sent to this like weird kind of cage, and I was just like, oh, poor kid, if you were Mexican, this would be happening to you right now. Once again, real world things kind of creep into American Horror Story that you're like, oh God. But Timothy meets Emily in this little cage area, and they're there for I think like 2 weeks after the initial explosion. They're trying to figure out what the hell's happening. Like they're kind of confused of what their role in this like society is going to be, and Their role's very interesting. Can't wait to talk about that. So they're actually, after the 2 weeks, they're sent to their outpost. There is like, I think 6 outposts set up around the world, or at least in the United States, of people who are trying to survive. It is the society called the Cooperative. That's what this whole organization is called, the Cooperative. And they have sent Emily and Timothy to the outpost run by Miss Vernable. Oh God, what a weird last name. As much as I love Sarah Paulson, this was a weird character, weird name. Loved it though. Oh boy, let's talk about Sarah Paulson. An instant iconic character is born with Miss Vernable. Oh my God, I just was so scared of her. From the moment she hit her cane down and introduced herself, I was like, I'm not messing with her. And that's what this show does very well. They give me a costume, a look, camera angles, lighting, and they tell me that story before she even speaks. I know she's gonna be terrifying. I know she's not gonna be one you wanna mess with because the visuals tell me that. To me, film is not even to me. In general, film is an industry where you show, you don't tell. They, to me, showed me everything I need to know about Sarah Paulson before she told me about her character, and I love that. I love that's something American Horror Story almost prides itself on. The costume designs, the production design, the cinematography, the score, the lighting, everything is so on point and tells the story before your characters even get a chance to do it. You're already knowing what's happening. Even if it's subconscious, every one of these filmmaking tricks is telling you what to feel and how to act, and I love seeing things like that. That's what creator Ryan Murphy is best at, telling you what you're going to feel, or at least letting you feel it, but he's presenting what you should feel and saying, have fun, dive into this world. You're not going to enjoy this. I can't wait to torture you, and he tortured me. Speaking of torture, there was a decontamination scene in this where they're scrubbing people because they think they have radiation poisoning or radiation on them. I was so uncomfortable after seeing The Predator, which I reviewed on my channel, and that has one of the most sexualized, cringe-worthy decontamination scenes that I was just like, oh God, is it all of them? And no, well, Horror Story is like, do you want nudity? We got nudity, and here's boys getting scrubbed. Have fun. This is gross. I was just like, God damn, Ryan Murphy. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to scare me, how to upset me, how to shock me by just a decontamination scene or just serving one of the other people for dinner. Oh my God, this show has light cannibalism before the halfway mark. That's American Horror Story's beauty. This is like watching foreign films, but in like a Americanized way, because these foreign films have these weird, gross, cannibalism, or they have these weird, kind of social messages and things like that. Not often does American Horror Story dive into this, like real American Horror Stories, not like the show. Real American Horror really rarely dives into this, but what this show is so good at is showing you things that you don't even know that's gonna make you uncomfortable. They'll show you. Hell, even them eating in the show where Vernable is feeding all the survivors, which is known as the purples. They're the rich uppity up ones that kind of got paid to be saved. She's feeding them these cubes of minerals, and I even had to look at the people I was watching this with and be like, but would you eat that? Would you eat that? I love these conversations being presented do you want to eat this? If there's human meat and you haven't had real food in a while, are you going to eat a person? Miss Joan Collins said, I don't care. I need to eat. Oh God, the characters on this. Speaking of Joan Collins, one of the best instant faves I've ever had in American Horror Story history. I thought she was going to be the rich lady who's like, I don't want to be in this underground place. She's like, nah, do I look good? And am I rich? And am I surviving? Thank you, I'll eat this person. What a great character. Everyone does great. Evan Peters as Mr. Gallant, who is the grandson of Joan Collins' Evie character. He's the hairdresser, making everyone look great. But boy, is he an uppity little bitch, and I love it. I love seeing Evan Peters play a role that's this different than his usual, Jimmy from Freak Show, who was another, we get it, you're sad, you have lobster claws. Then you had Tate, we get it, you're sad, you're dead. Then you had James March, we get it, you're sad, you're dead, and a serial killer. But with Mr. Gallant, I like him. I thought he was fun and campy, and I know Tate Landon is coming back from the first season, so we get 2 Evan Peters characters. But from this first one, I like him. I kind of want him to stay around because I need this bitchy fun sass from him, especially if Billy Eichner's not gonna be here because we killed Billy Eichner off quickly. So I'm gonna take this moment to kind of have some fan theory moments. First one I have, is this outpost Murder House? I know it doesn't look exactly like Murder House, and it just has this feel to it where I get this like ghostly presence, especially when in a foggy mirror you see 666 drawn on like a ghost would do in a foggy mirror. I was very confused by that. So I'm having this vibe that I really think that this is Murder House and they built the outpost underground, which who knows if they're even underground. They're already lying about the radiation. Are they like underground even? So I think this is either Murder House or the Hotel Cortez, both places that have ghosts that can't really leave the area. So even if you build something on top of it, do the ghosts still stay there? I'm really curious of like where this actual outpost is and how they're gonna start introducing the Murder House characters if they're not at Murder House. I understand the Coven characters can kind of just travel around, and I do think the witches from Coven, the Supreme, Cordelia Good, and all the other ones, Madison Montgomery, Queenie, Myrtle Snow, I believe they are all running another outpost. Curious though, because Myrtle Snow and Queenie have both died. One died at Hotel, one died in Coven. I don't understand what's gonna be happening and how all this pieces, but I'm down to kind of just sit here and like let all of this wash over me and go crazy. My other prediction, which was something earlier, was I didn't even think the apocalypse was gonna happen. I thought it was just gonna be kind of like Sarah Paulson is telling these people that the apocalypse happened, kind of like 10 Cloverfield Lane, but actually it's not that bad up there. But no, we saw the apocalypse, though she is lying about certain things. So how much is she lying about? Can they go up there? Can they live out there? Because I'm curious of what is real, what's fiction, what's actually like true to what she is saying, because I think it's not as bad up there as she's making it out to be. She just wants that control of keeping people there. But I'm curious, what do you guys think about Sarah Paulson and how she's running this outpost? It feels like really culty, really secret society, but there's a reason she's running it that way, and I'm curious because Sarah Paulson's vulnerable character, I don't like her. She's mean and bitchy. I mean, I like the character. She's fun because Sarah Paulson. But the character itself, I don't like her. But there's something underneath that I'm like, there's a heart and soul to you. Even if it's going to be black as hell, there's a heart and soul to you that I want to figure out. So I had my predictions of if this is at Murder House, if this is going to be even real, what Sarah Paulson lying about. But my biggest prediction is, what the hell is Michael Landon's like role in this? For American Horror Story fans, we know him as that little boy who was like the spawn of Satan in that first season. He's all grown up now, looking like a gay Lucius Malfoy. Fabulous hair. I personally think he looks like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast when he becomes a real man. That's who I think he looks like. But I've heard Lucius Malfoy a lot. What's he doing? He came to this outpost and basically being like, I'm here to pick who I want. Who's gonna survive? Maybe none of you, maybe all of you. I don't know. Something about him, I feel like he's the one who started the apocalypse. I feel like he's the one who is all of the cooperative. I don't think there's like a group running. I think it's just him, unless it's all just Sarah Paulson characters. What if it's just a room of Sarah Paulsons like Lana Winters, Billy Dean Howard, Cordelia Good, Bette and Daughter over here with both their heads? Like, that's who I would love the cooperative. Either it's just Michael running it by himself, or it's just a group of Sarah Paulsons being the best group of Sarah Paulsons ever. Oh God, there's so much into the season. Even with one episode that I don't feel was as action-packed, start to finish, all of them could be, there's a lot that happened and there's a lot to like think about and dive into. And I love Horror Story for that. So many shows just tell you everything and you don't get to think or have fun. Horror Story is always making you think, and that's fun. So I have ranted and raved about American Horror Story, the premiere, enough. I have a full review on the website I work for, Flickering Myth. I will link it down in the bio below. Check out my full written review, a little bit more organized thoughts, because I'm still trying to process everything that happened at the Apocalypse premiere. Oh gosh, what did you guys think of this premiere? Please let me know all your feelings down in the comments below, because I want to talk about Horror Story with somebody. I just keep going up to random people. Did you see Apocalypse? Did you see Apocalypse? And they're like, nah, maybe it's on my DVR. No, for us diehard fans, let's talk about it now. What did you guys think of the show? What did you guys think of this review? Please give me a thumbs up. It means the world to me, and YouTube takes their thumbs up seriously. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I plan on reviewing a horror story every single week, and I also make videos like this every single week as well. So thank you for tuning in to About Last Night, and I can't wait for more horror story.